Cost about $600 to build.
So when a doctor in Effingham County built one that cost 35 grand, you knew you were going to get something special. At least you hope so. That's a lot of investment, isn't it? Yeah. Ryan got a chance to head to Altamont to check out this really spectacular house.
It's amazing. You know, I call the Dr. Charles Wright home kind of the McMansion of the 1880s because it's just so full of interesting things that you don't expect to find in a home from that era. So it's 18 rooms filled with conveniences most families at the time could have only dreamed of. And today, it's a great museum I knew I just had to explore. From the moment you set foot outside Dr. Charles Wright's home, you know you're someplace special. And when you walk inside the front door and see the grandeur around every corner, you realize just how truly unique it is.
But all in all, they marvel at its size at the time, and still today it's still a large home.
Scott Beal knows the ins and outs of this 18-room home and the history of the man who had it built.
It was built by Charles Wright I, and he was a doctor, and he came to Altamont in 1870. And in 1889, with a prosperous practice, he decided to build this larger home, and he moved the home that was here on this site across the street and built this home.
It's a home notable not just for its beauty, but for being a house of the future. Today, having running water inside your home is pretty much a given, but in 1889, it was considered an extreme luxury, another sign that Dr. Wright certainly was well off.
It featured things that most homes didn't have, let alone couldn't even dream of at the time. It had running water, it had fireplaces, it also had a gas lighting system. It had the first hardwood floor in a home in Altamont as well.
Amazing technological advances, especially on the rural prairies of Illinois.
Carpenters or tradesmen, they marvel at how it must have taken to build the house, the expertise and stuff, and other people look at just the sheer size of the time, and some people look at the beautiful antiques through the home, and other people look at the decorative things. There's something in it for everybody that they enjoy looking at.
While Dr. Wright built the home, his son and grandson also called it home long after the doctor's death, a reason it's remained so well preserved.
Everything in this home that isn't for modern conveniences of safety and security belonged to one of the three people who lived in this house. We are very fortunate. It is full of original property and furnishings that belong to one of the three generations that lived here. Every place you look, this was their property.
A property that remains as grand today as it did 130 years ago.
It's pure beauty, and it's the fact that it's so unique, and not just externally, internally, all of its furnishings, in particular the books. I'm glad to play a part in helping maintain it for the future.
Keeping this home of the future alive, well into the future. Now, if you want to check it out, the Dr. Wright home is open for tours on Sundays throughout the summer from April to October and anytime by appointment. I'll have a link up on our website to their Facebook page and website so that you can see all of the details. And guys, one of the things that really was amazing is one of the ways that this house has stayed so well preserved is that it stayed in the Wright family, and there were Wrights living there through the 1990s. So that's why so much of that has kind of stayed in its original state, and obviously the preservationists work to continue the way it was. So,
well, it's amazing to see and to imagine what that would have been like in the 1880s to have that indoor running water.
Amazing.
Yeah, 99% of the population was using outhouses.
Right.
So that's huge.
There's the Wrights living comfortable.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Well, with tomorrow being the official start to summer, I don't see it cooling down anytime soon.